Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Gooners podcast. It was good that we didn't give any promises, like Arun said, that we would do an episode during the break and all those things because we were not able to do an episode after the break. But it's good that we are coming back today because, guys, we are top of the league. Say we are top of the league. But
It's an amazing feeling, bro.
yes,
Back
it
where we
is.
belong.
But before we
That's right.
start, introducing guests, Kashyap's back with us. Hi, Kashyap.
Good morning, bro. Good morning from India. I hope all's well at your end.
Awesome. Everything's good. And we have Arun back with us. Hi, Arun.
Hello.
Arun's here to keep me in check. I will miss these things to say, like, share, subscribe, and comment in and all those things. So, but keep supporting. That's the whole point. I know we have not been very, what do you call it? Very
Regular? No, we've been regular this time.
We've been regular. We've been regular.
After a long time, we've been regular, actually.
Yes, but still, the support keeps growing, and it's happy that we are able to do something that we like doing, and we like talking about Arsenal, and especially after so many years of suffering, to be in the spot where we are happy to talk about Arsenal. So keep supporting, keep liking, keep sharing.
Yeah, can subscribe if you haven't already and press the bell icon.
Yes.
Vijay, bro, I just wanted to say one thing here. When I started watching football in 2017, the first season when Arsenal were not playing in the Champions League, and I fell for that beautiful Wenger ball. I suffered a little bit, but now I'm feeling a lot better, from what I've seen to what we are seeing right now. Yeah, we've come a long way.
I mean, you started almost at the worst phase in Arsenal career. So, I mean, kudos to that. But getting back to the game, right? Let's start with this. Like we are saying, I'll start with you, Kashyap, because we've been talking about it, right? We've been talking about it. But being back to the top of the league, but it also especially in a season like this when we feel that we have not been doing that great, that we have this it's a I don't know, it's we have been discussing that for quite some time, that we don't look like the last season, we don't look as threatening as last season, we don't look as flowy as last season and all those things, but we are still top of the league. How does that brain that says it shouldn't be like the season that Emery and Arsenal went on that run, which all looked, shifty to the eyes, but still we got the results.
Yeah, bro. See, the main thing is, uh, in Emery's season, what we did, we mostly used to sit back, counter attack, and we played and sorry, Tony Adams, even though you're an Arsenal legend, but he was saying things like, if Emery was our manager, we would have won the league last year. And we conceded 31 shots to Watford. So, and here we are beating a Manchester City team 1-0, and we are conceding 4 shots while we have attempted 13 shots ourselves.
Yes,
Right.
but this game, true. That also, I mean, I understand that and I can see that. But the thing is, Arun, I'll come to you because the thing is, I'm not putting a dampener on this win. This is an amazing win at the end of the day. But what I'm saying is, we don't want to do, we don't want, or maybe I'm greedy. We want more from this team because last season, whatever we saw, like the flourishes, the runs, the attractive football, that is missing, right?
We're not going to get that anytime soon. We have to get used to that. That's the thing, because the way in which we play has changed, and usually after an international break, when we do come back, we're a bit sluggish. We do not have a great record. And I'm very happy with the fact that we were able to, like, eke out a win. I was very frustrated with the first half because you're right, we were not creating chances. But like, if you think about it, the free flowing football that we played last season left us very vulnerable, which ended up with us conceding like close to 45 goals, I think 44 or 45 goals. That was an analysis that I saw. Like, title winning teams usually don't concede more than 30 to 35. And if you want to get there, that needs to be done. So there was a projection for the season, how we will end up with based on what we have right now. And we are expected to end with about 2 or 3 goals, 2 to 3 goals less than last season, in terms of what we would score. But in terms of what we would concede, we would be 11 to 12 goals lesser than last season. And that takes you closer in the vicinity of a title winning team. Yeah, title winning teams, you want your title winning team to be playing attractive football, like without worrying about anything. But the time that was possible was 20 years ago. Now the standards have changed, the way in which the game is being played has changed. Like, it's not just a 2 or 3 teams that are controlling everything that is happening. It's like so many teams that you wouldn't expect to play as well as they are playing right now are punching above their weights, which means that there's an opportunity for any team to win a game against any team at any point in time in the league during the season. So if we want to win trophies, this would be the way to go forward, and we'll have to be a little more patient in terms of like waiting for all of this to come to fruition, in terms of like Havertz hitting his stride and like performing better than what he is right now. Odegaard coming back to form. Jesus was not the right person. I mean, we can talk about like our front three starting for the first time in a long time, but then like this was not the right game for both Jesus and Martinelli to start because of their fatigue and everything. So for me, I would say like the way in which we ground a win at the end was good. But yeah, I don't understand your concerns, but I think we just have to get used to it. Like, not have last season as a reference point, but like just have what we want to achieve and where we want to be as the final goal, sort of thing. That would sort of make us like, yeah, I mean, like, we do want to be greedy. We do want to see this team score like a lot of goals, but like not at the cost of like, conceding goals in return.
Yeah, I mean, this is why we have Arun, right? Like, he keeps me grounded. He keeps me like from overcommitting things, because I heard something similar when in Ask Blog, I think, or Askcast, whatever you want to call it. But in their podcast, they were mentioning like, what is the thing that we want Liverpool to improve on, right? It's their defense. Their attack is always, people keep saying, oh, Liverpool attack is great. Their defense that not that great. But the truth is, there is 1 goal difference between Arsenal defense and Liverpool defense.
Yeah.
And the same way, when we say Liverpool attack is so great and all that thing, there's 1 goal difference between Arsenal attack and Liverpool attack. So I don't like, when I see those numbers, I'm like, oh, maybe I'm wrong. I'm thinking like that.
I would interpret this in a way that they have more potency in their attack. Like, you can expect a goal from their attack at any point in time, which we've not been able to see regularly from us, because of the fact that we are also trying to be more uh, defensively solid, right? Like, their defense, I would say the exact opposite. They are capable of conceding goals at any point in time during the game. And if you look at the number of saves that Alisson has had to make as a proportion of the number of shots that he had to take, that would give you the clear idea of like, how vulnerable their defense is.
I mean, we will talk about the Liverpool, because we need that game to be talked later in our podcast. Yeah. But okay, I'll get back to the game, Arsenal game. Kashyap, the starting lineup, it was not a surprise to see Ramsdale start, because I mean, there was a clause, right, that Raya couldn't start, and Ramsdale, this game for me, didn't have a great show of faith. Like, he didn't play the best Ramsdale that we know of. He was very nervous, didn't play good. There were a lot of mistakes. Even the first chance that was created that was a blunder, and he kept making. I think if not for 2 goal line clearance, he wouldn't have had this clean sheet. But the thing is, I don't know if I am being a Ramsdale stan in saying this, but this chance doesn't give him the confidence, right? Like, the manager didn't pick him because he wanted to pick him. He was out of options, so the manager picked him, right? Like, he cannot play Raya. and so he picked him. So it doesn't actually give the confidence that to the player, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. What I want to say here is, majority of, if even let us say, I hope not he gets axed, but if he gets axed, it is his own doing, because what happened yesterday, it was a pure shit show. He did not turn up actually, and his first half was pathetically poor for someone like Ramsdale, who is next in contention to start for England. And given that, and given his chances of starting for England, and given Gareth Southgate's preference to Jordan Pickford and Nick Pope, I'm not sure what is Ramsdale's future ahead. But we were talking about this in Vada London podcast as well, where Arun Bro had said that, I was defending Ramsdale for the same reason. Come on, it's just one bad game. But Arun Bro was telling me that you get only one game, and that one game, if you have a bad game, then what are your chances of getting to start for Arsenal, or what are your chances in the future? It's very bleak, right? So I'm I'm not necessarily saying that Ramsdale should have put up a huge great performance, turned into prime Manuel Neuer or something like that. No, he just needed to be best version of himself. He just had to uh, calm down, slow down a little bit, because he knows that he's got a solid defense ahead of him. He's got a brick wall in Saliba and Gabriel to cover up for him. So he just has to stay calm and hold on to the ball, or rather get rid of the ball. Instead, he tried holding on to the ball and almost nearly paid for it. He should have gotten rid of the ball at that point of time. But at the end of the day, it's the 3 points and the clean sheet that counts, bro. So having Declan Rice at that position, man, what thinking from that guy? Like,
I mean,
no,
Declan Rice is like, we keep saying that back again and again, right? Like 105 million, like every penny is worth for that guy. Like probably he's one of the best players in the league right now.
I really hope he surpasses Rodri on a future date, bro. Definitely. I mean, I'm not saying that Rodri hasn't. I'm not saying Rice is very inferior to Rodri, but the onus that Rodri brings to his game, right, to his side when he is on the field, is completely different. And Declan Rice is proving to be that difference maker, but he has to do it consistently for another 2 or 3 seasons to reach the levels of Rodri. So that is our standard, and that anticipation for that goal line clearance, my God, I thought that was gone in. I
Yes.
thought, man, shit, we're conceding in the 18th or 20th minute. Shit, man, we're fucked. That's what I thought. Then that goal, it doesn't go in. Then we recover the ball, go on a run. That was really, bro, that was out of the world. And again, I don't know, bro, whether did we underpay for Rice? I'm not sure. So Arun, bro, I want you
105
to say
million,
something about
and
this.
Arsenal fans are saying we underpaid for him. Come on. I mean, even in the pub, people are saying the same thing, right? Like at the end of the season, if we win the league, and Rice would have a big, big, big say in it. And if we do that, we will have to take like 10, 15 million to West Ham and be like, here, have this extra money because you gave us one of the best players.
Keep the change.
Keep the change or something like that. But Arun, getting back to the goalkeeping situation, right? Like with this mistake, like even we were talking last couple of games about Raya's mistake. Goalkeepers, because of how we play, is that why goalkeepers are making these many mistakes?
Goalkeeper being off his line is a part of his game because we want him to be the initiator of the attack. But if we are going to be saying that that is the reason for what Ramsdale did, then I would definitely disagree. Because those are like basic, you know how we play. This is how we are going to be involving the goalkeeper. And you're supposed to this was a problem throughout the first half. We weren't passing properly. There was no like quick passing. We were taking our time. If you're an outfield player, it doesn't affect things as much as if you were doing the same thing while being a goalkeeper, because there's a constant press. The press is more on the goalkeeper because they want to, like cause that pressure and make the goalkeeper make mistakes. It's easier to score a goal from near the goalkeeper than from anywhere in the midfield or first or second, third. So they are going to keep doing that. And while you're doing that, if you are not able to make those decisions quickly enough, which would result in jeopardizing the entire defense and the entire team, then that's like down to the goalkeeper rather than the system, in my opinion. Like if like the goal that Raya conceded against Chelsea, the Mudryk shot that went in, yeah, that was a reason that happened due to us playing the way we do. Or like the goal that we conceded in the Europa League last season, like the guy who took the shot from halfway line.
Pedro
This,
Gonçalves, my
yeah,
God, I
so
hate
this
him,
is
bro.
like more this is more due to him not doing his basics properly. That's what I would say. It's got nothing to do with the style of play. And that's, as a goalkeeper, as a modern goalkeeper, these pressures are coming. And for a team that tries to play out from the back, like taking too much time on the ball while there are passing options is definitely going part of his game. Even last season he was like caught out a couple of times. It does been happening, and that time you would think that he would actually make some changes to improve on that front. But like the fact that he hasn't improved and still was doing the same thing,
I mean, it's
Arteta.
unfair. It's unfair, Arun. Come on, this is unfair.
No,
One
I'm
game
not.
he didn't get any chance. First game he comes
No,
back.
Vijay,
He
that's the
goes
whole
away.
point of having a second goalkeeper. You're not
See,
going to get your chances regularly.
yes, but the thing is like
But you don't have to put up like a great performance when you get your chance. You just have to do your basics right.
he
I love him. He's a wonderful goalkeeper, wonderful shot stopper. Everything is fine. But if there are some chinks in your armor and you have the time and you still don't improve it, while knowing that you're only going to get a few chances, you don't have to impress the manager. Just show him you can do the bare minimum. That's why I said it's not about the system, it's about his quality. His quality, in the chance that you're getting to prove to the manager, you don't have to be amazing. Because Brentford, our defense is set up in such a way that teams find it difficult to create chances against us. So Brentford, the fear of Brentford like doing more than what they did was never there until he brought it into the game.
Okay, so I'll ask you this question, right? Like this is a question I've been having. Odegaard has not been having a great season so far, right?
Yeah.
Would you drop Odegaard right now?
No, because Odegaard is not playing in a position. He's not playing in a position that is going to jeopardize us, or like, I understand where you're coming from, but I have more attacking options. I have only one goalkeeper.
You have the entire defense.
You have entire defense, but when the ball is with the goalkeeper, and that's why I said specific things, specific mistakes. This was a goalkeeper mistake. This was not a mistake that was initiated or created by the bad play from a defender. That's why I keep repeating it. He brought it upon himself. So this is like different. Like if Odegaard is having an off game, I know someone else. There's a Saka, there's a Martinelli to create chances. There's a Kai Havertz who possibly could create this. I have Declan Rice. I have my striker and Kai and Jesus. I have only one goalkeeper.
Okay,
the goalkeeper makes a mistake.
Then I'll make the other problem. You mentioned that Raya had made the mistake in Chelsea game, right?
Yeah.
He make a mistake in Chelsea game. Did we replace him the next game? Or do you say that he should have?
We did not. No, we did not. We did not replace him because he's got the first spot right now. It's up to Ramsdale to. It's the situation. Had Ramsdale been number one, has Ramsdale been like the certified number one?
But there was no reason for Raya being number one. At that point, it was
you and I think that's the thing. You and I think that way, but the manager seems to be thinking the other way. I agree with you. Eye test wise, I've never seen anything from Raya so far that would make me want to have him over Ramsdale in the team. But you and I are not managing the team at this point. Whatever we are seeing in terms of mistakes outside of the system parameters, it has been Ramsdale doing those mistakes rather than Raya.
I get that, but the thing is, what I'm saying is, a person who's almost who was the goalkeeper of season last season, who is your certified number one, is not performing well on the first game back. It's not just on him; it's on the manager too, not giving him the confidence, making him nervous, and being this. That's my
Vijay,
concern.
we are at the highest professional level, Vijay. Honestly speaking.
See, the thing is, like,
you're talking about confidence. I agree with you about confidence, but this is the role of the keeper who's not getting to play every single match. You have to be ready to perform every single time you are called upon.
Yes,
You
but the
cannot
thing is,
expect the manager to like treat you like a son. No, that's
no. But the thing is, it should be across all players, not just a second choice goalkeeper, not just a
sure,
second choice players, even the
sure.
first choice players. If you are saying that you have to play every single game the best way you can, that should be applied across the globe from the first, like Jesus, from Jesus Saka to Ramsdale. It should be applied to like El Nini, Nelson, everyone, right? But
Absolutely.
if that is
Absolutely.
that's not happening. It's very picky on who gets the leash to get to, like, okay, he
And
can play a couple games because his place is different.
okay,
That's not how it works.
no, I have a counter for that too. Okay, so like we are talking about Odegaard not being at the best of his form and not performing as well as he could, but we have a body of work that would help us know we know.
Exactly.
Listen. That's where I'm going. He has a body of work which has made us understand what he is capable of, right? And the other options that we have, Emil Smith Rowe unfit, Fabio Vieira given chances and was not great. Got a chance, got a red card straight up, which is giving me just one more attacking midfielder option, which is Odegaard. And he plays. Whereas if a Ramsdale is making a mistake or a Raya is making a mistake, I always have the other one to fall back on.
Yes, but that didn't
Right?
happen.
That where did it didn't happen? That's what I'm saying. Like we are not able to see something that the manager it's aiding the gameplay and it's working in the right way. That's where I'm saying. Like the more I think about it, there are certain places where like Ramsdale really is not inspiring confidence.
Yes, but I see that the problem for me is not like Ramsdale inspiring confidence. I am nowhere defending Ramsdale for all the mistakes he did. The problem for me is that he, like, Kashyap, jump in whenever we want. The problem for me is that, right, like Ramsdale gets a treatment that is different from Raya or
There is
Odegaard
no
or
treatment. That's why there's no treatment. He is right now. If Raya is playing 5 games, 6 games together, and Ramsdale is getting a chance only when Raya is not playing, it sort of is designated that he's number one. So as long as he has like stinkers week in, week out, week in, week out, Ramsdale is not going to come in. Ramsdale's chance is to make use of whatever he gets. But if he's going to be making mistakes like this, every team second goalkeeper works this way. Like the one who plays a more sequence of games gets to continue to play. But in those games, Raya has made fewer mistakes than what Ramsdale does in the limited chances that he gets. So the number of mistakes per proportion to number of games that you play is much higher, is much worse in Ramsdale's case than in Raya's case, which it just it makes the manager like believe that what he is doing is right.
Bro, I just wanted to add one more point here, right? There is a lot of noise in the media mainly because Ramsdale is an English goalkeeper. Had Ramsdale been of another nationality or non-English, there would have not been any noise at all. Like similarly, I just want to touch upon this because even Bernd Leno, right? He was nowhere at his best, right? And we brought in Ramsdale because we wanted an upgrade over Bernd Leno, and we visibly saw that Ramsdale was an upgrade over Bernd Leno. Bernd Leno was just an out and out shot stopper. He wasn't capable of great distribution or not. He wasn't capable of better distribution like Ramsdale was. Wasn't so great with the ball at his feet. So Bernd Leno was slowly phased out, and he was of course sold to Fulham, and he's now doing well at Fulham right now, right? But the thing is, um, when we had there was no media attention on the Bernd Leno situation because Bernd Leno was not English. And English media, they make a hue and cry out of everything, right? So since Ramsdale is English, since he is potentially the next first goalkeeper of England, after Jordan Pickford and I mean, I still feel he's better than Pickford, but Pickford is a veteran, so he gets to start in Gareth Southgate's system. So yeah, he's the next one in reckoning for the English goalkeeper's berth, right? So that is why there is a lot of noise, there's a lot of hue and cry about it. But again, uh, Arteta has always said in his clock, has always said that I want two great goalkeepers in the side. He talks about Victor Valdez, and there was one more guy in Barcelona. I don't remember who was that, bro.
uh,
Victor Valdez and
Oh, I don't
For
wait.
Barcelona?
Barcelona
Yeah,
during Victor Valdes time. I know. Damn it, I forgot.
even I forgot, bro.
Yeah. Anyways,
So
yeah, I understand your point. Yes.
yeah, so he's talking about two goalkeepers, and as of yesterday, there have been a lot of approaches from different PL clubs that they want Ramsdale and Arsenal have clearly denied. They have said that Ramsdale is not for sale. So I'm not sure where this is going to end up. But see, I love the guy. I love Ramsdale. Okay, I want him to play a lot of minutes. I want him to play for England, right? More than anything else. And that guy deserves it. He's too good to sit on the bench. Let's be very honest about that. The difference in quality between, for example, let us take Allison and Liverpool's second keeper. I forgot his name. And let us compare
Kelleher.
Ederson and Ortega. Sorry.
Kelleher. Simon Kelleher.
Yeah, Kelleher. Yeah. Now the difference between the quality levels of Allison and the other guy is huge. The difference between Ederson and Ortega is huge, right? But there is not much difference between Raya and Ramsdale or Ramsdale and Raya, right? So either one of these guys deserves to start, and they walk into any other PL team excepting Liverpool and Man City. Either of these guys, they walk into any of the other 17 teams in the league. And to be honest, let me be very honest with you, bro. I've told this in Vadalandan podcast as well. Ramsdale is much, much better over Kepa, right?
Yep.
And if Real Madrid were to come asking for Ramsdale because Courtois has an ACL injury and Kepa is on loan, he has to return back to Chelsea at the end of the season. And if Madrid come asking for Ramsdale, I would say move him on, man. Let him go because he's playing for Real Madrid. Come on. So let him, and he'll also be thrilled by the project at Real Madrid. So
Two things here, Kashyap. I don't know if you saw. There was already like talks about clubs wanting Ramsdale in January, and Arsenal refused. There were four clubs in total,
Yeah,
including
yeah. He
Newcastle.
said. He said
And
that.
I
Yeah.
told that. I told that.
yeah,
There
yeah.
are four
Sorry.
PL clubs, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure.
So if he's not moving to a PL club in January, he's not going to be moving to Real Madrid in January. And whatever
But
happens, even if he does move in the summer, he'll still be second choice there because there's no way he's going to play over Courtois. There's no way he's going to start over Courtois. ACL is going. He's going to be fine and back by beginning of next season. So
But
there is.
okay, let's stop the goalkeeper discussion because it's been going on quite some time. But I would ask anyone like listening to comment in your thoughts on the goalkeeping situation, because we are completely divided in this. But moving on to the other parts of the pitch, right? Like Kashyap, the left center mid has been a problem for us. Left center mid, that number 8 on the left side, that has been a problem since Shaka left. I felt this game Trossard played that position really well. I felt he was the one who was sticking everything. I felt on the right side, Odegaard was
Really?
not doing enough, and I thought Trossard did much better than.
bro, this game Trossard was chosen. Actually, I don't think. I mean, I kind of, it's a. I'm standing on the edge of a cliff here, whether to agree with you or disagree with you, because Trossard, right? He was chosen to play this game because he's technically very superior and can wriggle out of those spaces where tight spaces where there are three, four guys, ganging up on you, and you have to put a through ball or a pass together, you
Mm-hmm.
know, initiate an attack from right there, or continue the attack over there, right? And and that is where Brentford, a team like physically fit, they have guys in the midfield who are very physical and very tall, right? So you need someone to break, you need someone not necessarily to break the shackles or go equally physical on them, but someone who can just crawl out or slither out of those positions and get on with the attack.
Mm-hmm.
Trossard was chosen there, but I felt he was. I don't know, bro, whether he was actually contributing stuff to the attack, or whether he was just trying to not lose the ball. He maybe went into his own shell. As in like, I should not lose the ball, because if I lose the ball, it's gone from there. So. Based on that, I don't know, bro. I'm not 100% sure why Trossard was played in the left center midfield, because we always have I we've always wanted to see someone like Odegaard playing on the left, Havertz on the right or Emil Smith on the right. I've always been saying from the start we need someone like Odegaard to play on the left because he's left-footed, right? So when you receive the ball from the when you receive the ball from the defense, you can make that you can hold on, you can hold up the flanks, the extreme, you can hold up the touchline right there, right? But Odegaard, if he's not playing there, there is not someone who is utilizing the wide space at all, right? And when you have that wide and coming the entire way back into the box. So there's a lot of risk involved there. If Martinelli loses the ball, then again they try to hit us in transition. So it's a very dicey kind of situation, bro. I think either of you would be able to explain it better.
No,
So
no,
yeah.
I think you have explained it, Arun. But talking about the forward line, right? Like this is the forward line, at least the front three that we want to see playing together. Even before we started recording, you mentioned that yes, but Jesus shouldn't have started today. Care
Yep.
to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, like you're coming back from an international break. You've traveled to Brazil. Brazil, like Jesus was not, like fit while going in, and they did not play him in the first game. They played him only in one game, and like he played a good amount of minutes. So when you know that he went in carrying an injury and he's coming back, and like when you already have an option in Trossard who has been playing well at centre forward. Arteta did the same thing last time too. Trossard was having a great run of games, and then Jesus comes back from injury. He puts Jesus in, and that for this is where I would want Arteta to change, managing these players better. Martinelli played 2 games. Jesus played one full game, and you're putting both of them in the starting lineup right away, along with Saka, who also played for England. I know this is the reality of football right now, and that's reflecting in the number of injuries that we are seeing in the league as of now. But the thing is, this is not your only solution. These are not your only options. When you have more options, that's what you have. Get a squad for, right? You as a manager, build a squad for making sure that you don't get into situations where you would be in trouble over the course of a 38-game season. But if you are going to be doing these things, that's where like you are uh, increasing the possibilities of injuries or increasing the possibilities of mishaps during your tenure or during that season, which can like change a potential title winning season into a top 4 season. That's where the differences are. And Jesus coming in, he was definitely having a bad game. Same for me. Trossard did not have a good game for me.
I mean,
And
he scored. It was offside, but he did score.
yeah, if you're going to be thinking that way, yeah, definitely. But overall,
I mean, no one else took shots. Saliba took a shot. Trossard had a shot. Who else had a
no, but
shot?
then
Bro, I would blame Jesus for not finishing that shot in the first place,
he
right?
should have played much better. He didn't finish that chance that he got. Like Trossard also got a chance that he hit above the bar. But Jesus, like his overall play, he was not at his fittest. He was not running as fast as he could for balls. He was being very slow, and he was being like easily taken off the ball. He was not like holding up play. He was not doing things properly. Which, if you look, because it's 11 players, when one of them has a bad game, the others are supposed to fill in and make sure that the quality doesn't drop. But if the others around you are also like fatigued and coming back from these breaks, you need to sort of think a little bit better. Jesus would have been a better option for the last 30 minutes than the first 60 minutes, in my opinion.
I mean,
That's what
I understand that too, but we have been so negative this whole podcast while we won a game and Kai Havertz scored an open goal.
Standards. Look, I haven't scored now. It was a fantastic goal for me. I didn't expect that from him. It was a really, really good goal.
I mean, the whole game, I thought once he came on, he looked much more threatening that he has looked
He
there,
looks
but
more confident now, right? With his movement and everything. Like even like that's what I was telling people. Like the way in which he moved in this game was he was not uncertain at all. He sort of like knew what he was supposed to do. His job was to again like take the ball inside the box and like try to cross it in. And that's what he was trying to do. Once he tried to do that with his right foot, and the second chance that he got was the header, and he took it perfectly. He knew that he had to make the run, and he took it perfectly. I'm
Uh,
really interested in to see what he would do, like more in these upcoming games.
Kashyap,
Yeah, bro. The thing I wanted to say here is, Kai Havertz had told in the post match interview that they've been doing this time and again in training. Like Saka with those balls, those proper, pinpoint crosses, and Giroud, sorry, it's again coming back to my mind. Giroud, Giroud, Giroud. And
when we had him,
Havertz,
we complained, and now all of us cannot stop talking about Giroud. Come on.
uh, Saka with those crosses in from the
Thanks. Yep.
far side, and Havertz trying to head them in. This was drilled a lot during the training phases, bro. So he was also mentioning that we're trying this a lot, and yesterday it came off. So pretty happy about it. Yeah. So I mean, that was an amazing goal to be scored, bro. At the 89th minute, come on. I had resigned myself to a nil-nil draw. Like, come on, man. This Brentford side, they really, bro, they are a very good side, and it has to be mentioned that Connor McNamara and Jim Beglin during the commentary, they had said that Brentford had trained for Arsenal's game without a football
Mhm.
because they were reliant only on their off the ball moments. So, and we knew what we were expecting, they, and yes, they tried to press a little bit here and there, knowing that Ramsdale would be starting, but other than that, their off the ball moment was also fantastic. Credit to them. That guy Thomas Frank is a really good manager, bro. Have to rate him very highly, no doubt about that. Uh,
One question,
they,
like
they
I want one word answer from both of you. After this goal, do you see Kai Havertz kicking off from now?
I
I see
hope.
him balling. I see him balling. That's the end of the story.
I don't.
I hope. I hope. I mean, like I gave him time until December to like start performing. That was my initial thing. I told you as well. It's still the end of December first half. But if this is going to like kick that off, very good. I'm really eager to see what he's capable of doing.
So I think there's not a lot more to discuss about this game. Like apart from the fact that like you were mentioning about attacking and stuff, we didn't have anything on bench. Like we did not like what. Who else could we have brought in apart from Nelson? There was no attacking. Nketiah and Nelson were the only attacking players left on bench.
Yeah, but that's going to happen over the course of a season, right? I mean, like it's sort of like when I would consider ourselves lucky, honestly, compared to the number of injuries that other teams around us have been having. Like they do not have options for anything, any spots. At least we are able to sort of like have a decent option. So, yeah, I mean, like even if there was like there was not a situation where we could have added more players, and it was just that Fabio Vera did the stupidity they did and got himself out of the squad. And Smith Rowe got injured again. Those were the other two attacking options that we could have had, and we couldn't. Partey is not going to be your attacking option, definitely. And like there's Timber is not your attacking option either. So yeah, I mean, like for me, that was just like things that you have to deal with over the course of a season. Like it was not like we went into the season with a squad that was not well equipped. The squad is well equipped. It's just that things like this happen over the course. I don't think we can complain too much about that. Like I said, I
Mhm.
would just consider ourselves lucky at this point.
Yeah, the only thing is this is the run of games that we could put ourselves in some distance from the rest of the chasing pack. But yeah,
But bro, I just wanted to add one more thing there. Like as of now, we have a lot of guys who are injured, right? For example, we have Partey, we have Smith Rowe, and we have
Timber,
whom else? Timber. Yeah, Timber. So once these guys return in January, and we'll obviously be losing Tomiyasu, and I'm not sure Partey. Partey is from Ghana.
yep.
Uh, is he going to play in the Asian tournament, bro?
No,
The
it's the
African
African tournament.
AFCON. AFCON.
AFCON, yeah, okay. So we'll be losing Tim, we'll be losing Tomiyasu, we'll be losing Partey in January, right? So January, once Timber is back from his ACL, Emil Smith Rowe is scheduled to be back in maybe a couple of weeks. I'm not sure. So once our guys return from injury and they start training well in the ground, and once all these whatever training that they go through, once it builds into their muscle memory, right? Automatically we start playing better. So when our reserves are back from injury, that is to be seen, bro. How we play after that, because right now we've had multiple injuries, right? We didn't have Jesus at the start of the season, we didn't have Zinchenko, and suddenly both of them are back, and suddenly again we lose Timber at the start of the season, who was supposed to be a starting left back. We lose him, then
White
one by
is
one
out.
everyone is coming.
White is out
Sorry.
for some time. White.
Yeah, Ben White is out for quite some time, and we don't have
No,
we
but White
lost
came in
Martin.
during the game. He was there in the game. He came in as a
He
substitute.
played 1 minute, bro. He played the last
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
So that's positive. That's positive. He's able to come for 1 minute. He'll play, get more minutes during our Champions League game. So that's the point, right? Like even during we will be using Tomiyasu as much as possible during the time that he's until he goes for the Asia Cup. So that's why I said it's we are lucky, relatively lucky, because like we are having people who don't we don't have to play someone out of position to fill in a gap there. So yeah, White will be back. He'll play more minutes, and probably we might start next weekend, I would say.
Yeah.
So
So and
yeah.
yeah, bro. Sorry,
No, no,
I'll
go
just
ahead.
finish this off.
Yeah, yeah.
And when we have guys back from injury, right, we should be able to play better. Like we have had injuries, but still we have not played as badly as any other team have. For example, it's there's no banter here, but there is a significant drop off in quality for Manchester United, for
I
Chelsea
mean,
because of their injured
you can
players.
literally have banter here. That's the whole point. We need to have
Okay.
because we are leading into that, right? Like we are leading towards talking about the other teams. So I'll just wrap this up, right? Like this is our take. It's not about being negative, like Arun said. This is about the standards that we are setting ourselves to be. We are setting ourselves to be the champions. Then we are looking at a 1-0 victory over Brentford as like, man, that's where we are coming from. This is not about like complaining about the team with the win. This is more with like this is what we are expecting our team to be, or this is where we see our team to be. With that out of the way, let's continue with the discussion on the PL clubs, right? Like other results. We have been doing that for quite some time. So the first game itself for this week started off with a bang, right? I'll start with you, Arun, on this, and then I'll keep throwing back and forth. And Kashyap, as usual, just jump in whenever you feel. City versus Liverpool, that was the best result that we could have hoped for as an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I was really hoping for like a draw. I thought City would win it because like the pass. You know what? For me, this game was not as good as a regular City Liverpool game that you would expect. That the fireworks were missing.
Yeah,
It was
bro.
not as
Fireworks. Yeah, exactly.
exciting as it normally is. I think like it's sort of like Klopp doesn't sit back as much as he did. Like, he tries to attack more, but I think like he's also like realizing that without a six, he is good. Balls to Haaland if they do try to press more. So for me, it was like really intelligent play from Klopp. Like these are the games. Yeah, you would want to win these games, but like you can also there's another way to do it, which is just like making sure that you don't drop points while it's a home game for City, right? There's a pressure. The pressure is more on them to get like the full 3 points out of it than from Liverpool. So for me, what Klopp did was perfect. I will take 1 point from this game and I'll try to maximize the points from the other places where I can. So that was really good. But like for me, yeah, I was expecting more fireworks, not enough fireworks. End of the game, City could have had more based on what they did. They could have like gotten another goal for sure.
That
There,
refereeing decision was wrong for me.
I mean, like this, I don't know anymore. I really don't know anymore. That's my take. I don't know which referee's decision is right, which refereeing decision is wrong anymore. So like that would be my take on that. But like yeah, for me, though City did better over large parts of the game, at the end, letting in a goal like that was not good, which meant that like it ended as a draw, and that was like the proper result for that game.
And
Not
also,
only
I
for
want
us,
to add
but
one
for like
more
the way.
for them. Yeah, bro. What I wanted to add here is Pep Pep was clear in his intentions. He wanted to play Doku over Grealish, and he wanted the attacks to come from the left flank because he was expecting Doku to roast Trent literally, and Doku did complete a lot of take-ons. He won all his duels with Trent, but it turned out to be meaningless at the end of the day because there was no one at the other end to receive whatever he was throwing. Right. So
He's,
and
he's
that
he's
and
he's very raw still. This is what I told you last time, Kashyap. He's like just like he's good at dribbling, he's good with his speed, but the next step in the process is taking the right decision. And he has not taken any right. For me, he just reminds me of San Maximin. He just reminds me of that guy. That's it. I mean, I don't see anything special in Doku yet. The people that he took out were like 40-year-old Milner. He ran circles around a 40-year-old Milner. And apart from that, like whenever he's come up against a half decent right back, he struggled. So I mean, like I don't understand the hype yet. I would like to see more of him before, like I would rate him really.
and yeah, bro. Other than that, yeah, it was a good game, but Pep lost the midfield battle clearly. That is where he overthought, and Liverpool, they went into the game very very cautious, knowing that they don't have a six, right? As Arun bro mentioned, so they knew that they should not be. They were susceptible to letting, if they gave City chance, if they played expansively and gave City the chance to counter attack, they knew they were done for. So kudos to Klopp, and thank you Pep for dropping points. It takes us to the top of the Premier League. I'm happy at the end of the day. That's it.
The game that I was like, I mean, I wanted to sustain this happiness, so I'll bring the next happiest game for me over the weekend, which was Chelsea and Newcastle. Newcastle 4-win over City. I mean, I always love Chelsea losing, but the way that they have been doing this season has been amazing. As an Arsenal fan, this is like probably my happiest watching Chelsea in quite some time. They are such a unpredictable team. One week they play out of the world, and then the next week they just drop points like this. Crazy game. Kashyap.
Bro, I did not watch the game, but one thing, bro, like losing 4-4, drawing 4-4 to Manchester City and then losing 4-1 to Newcastle. Oh my God, this is prime Chelsea. And I don't know, like, I don't know, I don't know what to say, bro. This is proper Chelsea from last season, right? Uh,
Pochettino not yet making his mark, Arun.
No. I mean, this was expected. Because they're having a new manager for the first time. Their most experienced players are Thiago Silva and Sterling. I always expected this season to be like a big Caesar ride for them. It's going to be like Caesar. There's no ride on Caesars, right? But like I expected this to be like a Caesar season for them because of the fact that they don't have any experience. You need to be able to deal with game situations at different points during the season, and that comes only with experience. When you don't have that, like trust me, next season they're going to be really good. This season they're going to struggle a lot more over the course of the season. They're going to play well against big teams. They're going to play well against a lot of teams, probably not get the results, but they're going to probably also lose some games in a really bad manner. But
But
next
Kashyap,
season will be a different.
sorry, Arun, to cut you off. But Kashyap, the players, this Jackson guy doesn't seem to be the deal. Mudrik doesn't seem to be the deal. Like Mount hasn't kicked off. Not Mount. What's his name?
Mount was
Caicedo,
out.
Caicedo and Enzo.
Caicedo hasn't kicked off. Enzo hasn't kicked off. So I'm just
I
looking
don't
at
understand the Enzo hype, to be honest. I don't know what.
exactly. So I'm just
Even I, bro.
seeing the whole team. Like it's even when we are saying, oh, they keep going up and down. The ups have always been with Sterling playing out of his skin. So I don't
Bro,
see what Arun says with Chelsea.
the thing is Chelsea, right? They've got a squad of 33 players. Now they have added a 34th. Apparently, Gabriel Moscado has been signed by Chelsea for like 25 million euro fee or something like that. So I don't understand. They are poaching all the talents from all over the globe, but they are not able to produce results. I mean, I'm not expecting you to produce results anyways because the players are young and you have to let them improve
But the
their
thing
game.
is, I don't see any improvement in their games. Mudrik has been there with them for like
No. You don't see. How many teams do you see in the league season go for 4-4 with City?
that's true.
How many
That's
teams
true.
do you see? 4-4 with City while being as bad as they are during this season.
Okay.
That's why I said there are things working. There are a lot of things working for them, but then they're not consistent. And the consistency comes with playing more games. we know what Pochettino is capable of. He didn't win anything with that Tottenham team, but he did wonders with the Tottenham team, and he was restricted in terms of the transfer budget that he could get because it's Tottenham. But give him the same sort of potential players which he has to improve. Young players are best suited for Pochettino's system. We know that he runs you down to the ground, and you need to be able to do that. And this bunch seem to be willing and able to do that, and that's why I said, like, give him this season. Next season, they're going to be really good. They're going to be, and they'll get Victor Osimhen or some other top striker. So that will be like the last part of the puzzle. Then we don't have to talk about Jackson anymore.
Moving on with the other game, Sheffield Bournemouth Bournemouth won 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. Bournemouth, fantastic display, bro. Anthony Iraola's tactics is finally kicking, and they were playing literally beautiful football in that game. So
they've been playing that way, right? Like they've been playing. They're not a restrictive player team. Like they're not like someone who sits back and like Bournemouth are not the top contenders or anything, not even top 10 and stuff. But I see them playing their way of football always. Right?
Yeah, bro. They've played. I mean, even against us, they tried to play expensive football, and they got hit because because Arsenal is much better. We were much superior to them playing the same style of football. But I mean, kudos to that guy, Anthony. I thought Bournemouth did a bad job in sacking Gary O'Neill. We'll come to that later, but when after they bought in this guy Anthony Iraola, and continuously they losing a string of games, and suddenly they beat Newcastle 2-0 at home, they beat Sheffield United 3-1 away from home. I mean, this guy is springing back a resurgence of Bournemouth, and I'm loving it, bro. I like Bournemouth actually, so I'm really happy that they are fighting, and the main objective for a team like Bournemouth would be to stay up. Given the start that the season had, they wouldn't be trying to contend for top 10, top 8 places. No, they would be looking to say, they'd be looking, if I finish 12th or 13th in this season, I'll be very much happy next season. Let's try to improve from where we were. So in their quest to stay up, I am guessing Bournemouth will stay up, bro, because they're improving, and hopefully, long may it continue.
The Brighton hype has died down a little bit, right? Brighton, yeah, like, I mean, they keep conceding so much goal. They did win the game 3-2 with Nottingham Forest, but still, like 3-2 is not the result that you would be looking at Nottingham Forest, right?
True, but I think they're at the point. Brighton are at a point where, like, they just want to take wins. I don't think they're going to worry about the number of goals they concede at this point. I mean, like, for a team that just moved back into the.
But Lewis Dunk red card is expensive for them.
It is definitely expensive. I don't know how they're going to cope with it. Probably, I think he was given a yellow for calling Anthony Taylor a ball prick, I think.
Yes.
Some cards are worth it, like this is one of them.
This is pure spite. This is pure spite from Arun on Anthony Taylor, and I approve of it wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I mean, like, coming back to Brighton though, like, it's for them. They wouldn't have expected to be in the position that they are in right now, given, like, they were in the championship about, like, I think 3 seasons or something ago. So for to be in the top flight, like finishing in European spots, playing in a European competition, that's huge for them. And they are not in any situation to, like, get relegated, right? So they can always come back, and like their model is not like based on generating superstars that are going to stay in Brighton forever. They do make money, and that's going to keep happening. They'll sell Ferguson for whatever they could get for him. Like, they'll push to 120 to 150 in the summer or next summer, and they're going to bring in another striker, and this process is going to continue. So the fact that they're able to do what they're doing in spite of the resources that they have, and reaching the heights that they are able to reach is what's creating the hype, in my opinion. Whether it's sustainable in the long run, I don't know. I don't think it is. But like, that's a bridge that we'll cross when we get there,
Yeah. The next game is West Ham game. West Ham did win. For me, it was not something great. Like Burnley. There was nothing else to talk about it. So I think, like, I'll just take all the boring ones, at least for me, which is Luton Crystal Palace. Luton 1-1.
Bro,
Oh yeah, but
in
that
Luton Crystal
goal,
Palace,
is it?
that Michael Oli's goal, oh my
Yes.
Yeah,
God,
Olys's
man.
goal, superb goal.
Was too good, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, fantastic goal. Yeah,
But again, the result was, it was not expected. But again, Crystal Palace are not playing the best that they are this season,
yeah.
and Luton are not
Yeah.
playing their best either. So it was a toss up on the day, I guess. But the best game for me was Aston Villa Tottenham. I mean, I think there was like 4 offside goals in that game, at least 4.
Three from Son.
At least for,
Three
yeah.
from Son.
It was so fun to watch that Son keeps doing the celebration and then getting flagged down. It was like, I don't know, I never liked Son, but off late I've started hating him, of course, because he's a Spurs player, and becoming their captain has increased my spite on him. But I mean, is this the start of Tottenham fall in this season? I mean, I'm not saying, oh, they were title challenges or anything, but like, is this the breaking point already? Arun?
I mean, like I was always expecting this. They have a very thin squad. It just like, and Madison is not a player that you can rely on for an entire season. I don't think he's ever played a full season. You get the great things while he's there, but then his absence is, like when he goes out for a long period of time, and they do not have great backups. Romero is a ticking time bomb, that's and as good as Van de Ven or Vicario are, there's just too much pressure on both of them. And with both of them gone, sorry, Vicario is there, of course. With Van de Ven gone, it was always going to be trouble for them. I expected this. And they do not have backups, right? So I was never like all this talks about the title talks like were really it made no sense to me. Even a top 4 talk doesn't make sense to me. I don't see them finishing in top 4 or 5. Probably they can finish in like Europa or conference for sure, because they've got the start that they have. But like expecting anything more from them is just putting pressure that is not going to lead anything. And then like you cannot blame the manager, because like this is what he has and this is what he's doing, playing with. So as much as I love to see it, no, there's no other side. Yeah, I'm loving this. This is going to be
Arun,
because
bro, as much as I don't want Tottenham to finish in the top 4, are you really serious that they won't finish in the top 4?
they won't finish on the top 4. How would they finish on the top 4?
Yeah,
Like if they have
Arsenal.
these guys, Madison and all these guys back from injury, they'll start playing well
That'll
again,
be
right?
in January.
And
Son will be gone in January.
this Ange ball, whatever they call it,
No, whatever it is, their goal scorer, their biggest, their spine is Van de Ven, Vicario, and Madison
Madison.
and Son.
Son.
Right? So Madison is not there right now. Van de Ven is not there right now. Vicario can only do so much. And the drop off from a Romero Van de Ven to an Oliver Skip or a Ben Davis or an Eric Dyer or an Emerson Royal is really, really bad. The quality diminishes so much. Aston Villa Tottenham game, as exciting as it was, for me it was just like a case of really, really bad defending and really, really bad game management. Like we know how Aston Villa play away from home, and their gameplay made no sense to me. They were their high line and their pressing structure absolutely was completely out of six. You don't play like this. Spurs were even worse than that. Like all this kudos that Ange is getting for playing the way that they did and creating chances in the first 30 minutes. You're just leaving yourself super exposed for a team like Aston Villa that relishes these situations to like run all over you, and they didn't do a great job either. They could have won by a bigger margin. 2-1 Aston Villa. There was and Martinez kept them in the game. That's the difference in quality, right? Like when you drop from a Van de Ven to like who was playing? I think it wasn't even Eric Dyer. I was surprised. I thought Eric Dyer would be there.
Ben Davies. Ben Davies was playing. Pedro
Yeah, Ben
Porro was
Davis is
playing right back.
horrible.
And
Yeah, Ben Davis is horrible. Even the Tottenham fans would agree. So yeah, I don't see them finishing even fifth.
Okay, the
I would
next.
give actually Chelsea and United a better chance than them.
Okay, actually, that's where I'm getting at. United game. That's where I was getting at. I mean, everyone saw the Garnacho goal. It was nice. It was good. I hate that guy, so that's all I could. That's as much praise I can give of someone I hate with my whole heart. But Everton did have a good game. Of course, they lost 3-0. To say any team that had that lost 3-0 had a good game is difficult to say. But I think Everton had like 20 odd shots on United. Yes.
Bro, I'll start off this one.
Go.
The first thing I want to say is Everton, before the way Everton played, especially at home, considering Goodison Park, they were playing some expansive kind of football, which is I've never seen from Everton. Even at Goodison Park, when they play against Arsenal, they play against City, they play against Liverpool. They tend to sit back and try to salvage a point, or whatever. They tend to mostly sit back. The thing is, the disrespect that they have for Manchester United, they are playing expensive football. Oh my god!
But still, they won three. I mean, they lost 3-0. So I mean,
I,
at the end of the
I
day,
mean, again, look at the other side of it. Manchester United sitting and playing counter-attack ball, sitting back and counter-attacking, scoring 3 goals. I mean, one was a penalty. Let's leave the penalty aside. That was a fair one. But the other 2 goals came out of counter-attacks and sitting back against Everton, playing in their home, where Everton is practically in a relegation scrap. I mean, where have United fallen off? And I'm absolutely
Why
loving
is
this.
sitting back and playing counter-attacking football a bad thing? I don't understand.
I mean,
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but come on, for a huge club
Well,
like
you did
Manchester
make it sound
United.
bad though.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I'm used to watching Wenger ball, bro. So
United has always been a counter-attacking team.
Counter-attacking team.
They have
Yeah,
never
and they
changed that, and sometimes I think that's their problem, because I think they are more adhering to that idea that United is a counter-attacking team always, rather than think of what this team need, where we need to go, where is football right now in the world, and all those things.
well, for
But
me, like Everton played a garbage game. They were like
that
absolutely
is one thing.
garbage.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, the chances that you get, you're supposed to score. I don't know why they were asking for 60 million for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He played like a 6 million striker. Honestly, Yaya Sanogo would have done a better job than what he did, to be honest. It was like, your main striker is not supposed to be missing chances like that. And Dukuro is your other goal scorer. He's missing open nets. I mean, like, they deserve the result. Honestly, they deserve that result.
the last game for this game week is Wolves and Fulham. It was an Arsenal show at Fulham.
Oh yeah, okay.
Iwobi scored 1, Willian scored 2. So I'm claiming Willian as Arsenal player because he played a little bit.
I don't think he's going to be very happy about that.
But still, it was like 3-2. I mean, Fulham are kind of a weird team, right? Like, they seem to be getting the results here and there, and they seem to be floating around without any superstars, without anyone noticing. Arun?
Yeah, I mean, like that's what was expected from them. I mean, like no one is expecting them to finish in European spots. Neither were people expecting them to drop down relegation, not because they are not bad, but because there are so many teams around that are really, really bad. The 3 promoted teams are really bad. So more was expected from them to sort of drop off than Fulham. But you're right. They relying more on the Marco Silva always does that, right? Like they rely more on the system than on individual players. So even without Palhinha, who's probably their best player, biggest player, they're able to win stuff, and that should keep them going. I think. I mean, they were able to take 2 points away from us while we played them at home. So that's a bit. Those are the sort of you just need these points, right? You just for teams like Fulham, you just need to be able to beat the teams around you and make sure that you're better than them to finish 11 to 15. They'll comfortably do that.
Okay. I think that's our wrap on today. Thank you so much, Arun. Thank you, Kashyap, for coming in. We'll meet again after, or if I can, we'll do a preview, or else we'll meet after the next game. All right. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.